And so, good evening, viewers. It's a Thursday, obviously. When the time is 9 p.m., you know we are back in the lounge. Thanks to Casapreco Lomo Beaters, they are supporting us on this show, and it gives us the vim for us to be here. Don't be asking me what I've taken. I won't tell you, but it's obvious that I may have taken a sip or two of the Casapreco Lomo Beaters. Last week we discussed a mama's boy, mama ba, translating into a mama's boy. And I learned a lot of things. I mean, I didn't know it was that extreme, but indeed, a mama's boy, marriage, relationship, well, there's a lot to talk about when it comes to that. Now, this week, we're going to be discussing birth control, male contraceptives. So, I mean, male contraception or contraceptive, whichever way you put it, birth control, but we're relating it to the male. And so, I won't spend too much time here. I'll take my very first break. And when we are back, I'll introduce my guest, and then we can start. Thanks for joining us. Welcome back. If you're just joining us, it's still eTV. We are in the men's lounge. Of course, when you see us here, you know it's a Thursday. Of course, it's 9 p.m. already. And so when we started, I did mention that thanks to Casapreco Alumo Beaters, we are here today. And there are so many goodies that they've been feeding us with. Very soon, I'll start sharing a lot with you. I'm sure maybe after some time, we'll be having some phone-ins. You call, and we can give you some bottles of Alumo for you to also, enjoy what we enjoy. So like I mentioned earlier, we are going to be discussing male contraception, men being on birth control, whether it's a pill, whether it's some clinical something, we don't know. But we want to pick the male's view on whether it will be good for men to be on that kind of contraception. And that's the discussion for today. So I have two very beautiful men. I like using the word beautiful for men. I'll explain one day. I have two beautiful men. One of them is very well known. In fact, both of them are very well known. They are both renowned presenters. They've been in the system for so many years. I mean, each of them has done over 10 years of radio. I mean, you can understand when I start from that point. And so I have Pastor Nyansa Boakwa. The Nyansa Boakwa name rings a bell, but he's Pastor Nyansa Boakwa. Osofo Akwaba.
General.
Akwaba.
If you've any.
It's been a while.
God has been good to us. Yes, for sure.
When they start talking like this, Reverend, God has been good to us. I'll introduce myself after. And then also we have Isaac DeGraft. A lot of people don't know his real name. His real name is Isaac DeGraft, but they know him, or we know him to be DJ Advisor.
Yeah, the Supreme Selector.
Don't push me.
I'll go myself.
Charlie, good to see you. What's the name?
Good to see you, Boko. Abandon.
Now, Echo Cape Coast, actually.
Oh, so recently we were there. During, that's the Afashe. They pass it through now.
I know. I hope they will enjoy which you are.
Oh, that's
a Yebeka contract.
But say also on the other side, the other side of town.
Anyway, so these are the two people we're going to have our discussion with. And like I said, we are going to talk about male contraception. And talking about male contraception, this is a topic that's been looming in the public domain for a while, because it's big. It's always looked at as though we push the women to be on all this sort of contraception. I mean, anytime I hear contraception, honestly, I only think of women. I never think of men. What is the male's view when it comes to male contraceptive? Who do we start with? And I ain't Lapita Law.
Since the pastor is here. Maybe he can start.
I can relate, Reverend or Damien.
Yes. It has been with us all these years. You know it, that we've been using condom is in the system. So if you mention condom, that's the first thing people think about. So automatically it is here with us already, but it is not as the female, let's say our opposite sex looked at it. But look at it, from the day that a man died, that is the day that his manhood will die. Because if your manhood is not working in your life, it means that you are sick.
Okay.
So the day that a man will die, that is the day that your manhood will die. So if you are forcing women not to take, let's say, if you are forcing them to take contraceptives, it means that you're rather punishing them, because then one day they can't give birth again. But men, till you die, you keep on producing.
So are you then of the opinion that even contraception, when it comes to that,
you should go to the men.
Look at men more?
Yes, you should go there, not the women.
Interesting.
They are not. You see within with the month there is a period that a woman can even have sex without pregnancy.
Okay.
So automatically there is a break for women.
So there's a
but men there is no. Yes, for them there is natural. God has planted, but men no. If after first sex and he moves out and come back again, you could see that he can still produce and give birth. So we should rather look at how we can protect them. I know they have other means that they protect men from having sex. So they will operate them and tie sections of the man would be working, but the semen will not come out. So it's there, it's with us. But men don't like doing it because they want to shoot, they want to see the thing come out. So they want to always shoot it, you understand? So I know. And I think it is right for us to look at the men than disturbing the women. The women are having a lot of issues already. For you to add that menopause, they're having so many issues when after giving birth and all that. So when you add that one, you are rather complicating issues for women.
But,
so
but men also have andropause. I mean, are you saying that the andropause doesn't affect the shooter?
Yeah,
it doesn't affect the shooter.
What I say, it doesn't do anything. You get it.
Advisor, your take.
Yeah, now, thank you very much, and let's say good evening to all the viewers. I mean, it's been, like Pastor was saying, an old thing that's been with us since Adam. But the issue here is, for me, when you're talking of contraceptive for men, properly, I mean, it's just like you trying to take charge of your family. Because over the period, I know men use condom, boys use condom. Now, it will get to some level, some will say, okay, I want to go for vasectomy. That's another way that you can prevent yourself from giving birth.
That's like 1 out of 100. You hardly hear people talk.
Exactly. And in our part of the world, I mean, we hardly see men saying that we are going for vasectomy to be able to prevent childbirth. No, it hardly happens here. If it happens, it will be those who have lived outside and adopted these Western cultures. But in Africa, it hardly happens. Yeah, until you see them, because the more you give birth in some settings, tells how manly you are
and how successful you are.
Exactly. So when you are talking about your wealth, they talk about the number of children he has. Yes, but if you want to also control birth, like times, looking at the economic situations around, you didn't want to go into how our grandfathers and our fathers gave birth to 11, 15, 20 kids. So you'd want to say, okay, fine, sit down properly, talk to your wife, and find ways of spacing your kids properly and having to agree on the number of kids to have. Then you decide that, okay, should we use the condom? How safe would that be? Should I go in for the vasectomy? Would I be okay? What is my vision? What is my target as a man? Then you can decide on what to do. Mostly men will say, okay, bear in mind there's a withdrawal for men. That is, if you are smart as Nana or myself, then you can use the withdrawal.
I hear they call it coitus.
Yeah, coitus. Yeah. And you see, you should be smart to use that kind of method, because just imagine. The feeling.
It's a wrong method, my brother. It's a wrong method.
That's what I'm saying. It takes men. It takes men who are highly sensitive.
Pastor, wait.
It takes men who are highly sensitive.
When the pastor says it's dangerous, we need to ask him why. But before I'll come back to you. So it takes men who are
highly sensitive. Because withdrawing in itself is difficult, because when you know the feeling, you know what I'm talking about. If it gets to that position,
when they are pushing you, you're not going.
And you would have to think of So
advisor, are you also of the opinion that the contraception should also, or should I say, should be targeted more to the men than the women, considering your point?
Nana, you know that for me, I think we should sit down to discuss. Man and wife should sit down to discuss. It shouldn't be just about the women, because most often they worry that, hey, this is the 4th child, this is child number 5, and I already want to go in. But you cannot take the decision on your own and go and do it behind your husband. You need to discuss it. And as a man, what do you also want? What kind of family do you want to own? All these things come to bear to decide, okay, whether I should go in for the condom, I should use the withdrawal method, or I should go in for the vasectomy. But I feel that we already, I wouldn't want to be using condoms with my wife. No. No matter what. So then maybe when we discuss and she agrees, I would say, okay, fine. We want to control birth. It's either I use her safe period, her safe times to go in there, but that would also feel like I'm restricting myself because, hey, I'm supposed to be given any day that I want. So I can't wait for that.
You are supposed to be given any day that you want.
Exactly. If I want it today, tomorrow, the next.
That is how men are created.
That is how it's supposed to be. So if you think that you wouldn't want to go for the condom, you wouldn't want to go for the vasectomy, and you wait for your woman to be in that safe period before you go in, that is you. And you will not be going elsewhere to be using the condoms. Then you can stay. Because most often we say, okay, I can do this, and then before you realize he's out there misbehaving. But I feel that it is the men who have to take charge of their family and discuss or decide on how many kids or how many children I want to raise based on my pockets.
Advisor, I mean, to all of us, there is a going discussion, I mean, worldwide, about whether birth control should, I mean, target more to the men. And especially, I kind of think of a situation where men are being put on pills. And don't you think, I mean, for example, with you, Pastor, I mean, you think the men should have that more? We already have the condoms, and well, advisor will tell condom and I'll pay. It can get bust. But of course, I mean, the men have the condom, and then the idea of vasectomy, which obviously is rare. I mean, in this our side of the world, is quite rare. And so, wouldn't you consider that since there is, I've seen there's a lot of pills for women, wouldn't you think that it would be right for men to have pills?
I think you're right in that sense, but you see, the reason why what advisor is saying is good is that, you see, the men want to cheat. That is why they feel that they are not supposed
Pastor,
to.
don't go there. Today we are not talking.
No. Allow me to land. The reason is that the person want to cheat. That is why, after discussing with the wife, she's trying that the woman should rather protect and make sure that the child will not come. Because me, I have a lot of things I have to do outside. So if I close the door, it means I'm also not going out because the enjoyment I'm supposed to get, I will not get it. So at the end of the day, they are comfortable because they'll be going out. So they are not ready to cut their own or take contraceptives, as you're saying. So they rather prefer using condoms, which when it gets to a certain point, you say, yeah, back, you know, they are third one, not there. At least, are you getting what I mean? I am saying this because people want to cheat. The men think that, oh, me a Bema, I'm a man, let me go out, I can do whatever, because the woman cannot be safe all month. A period will come 1 week, 1 week and that is a mindset that the men are having. But it's not like that. If you are with your wife alone, the two of you agreed, okay, my husband, then let's do A, let's do B. The two of you agree. But the reason why they always push the women to go and do it, that hospital, they will just do it for you, and you are safe. Either they will do implant, they will do that, they will do this for you, you are safe, we are okay. But if we trust that, okay, we are not going out, we are in it together. My wife, I want to do it than you doing it. I want to do it than you doing it. So I want to do it. So what will I do? Oh, let me use condom. Oh, I can't take pills. I might forget because it's a feeling bamado. About here, I have pill to take, and I will not take it. It's not like women who have that time of taking it, because men are more like, I want to do it, and if you're not careful, you forget about the things you're supposed to do to prevent the pregnancies. So you should be very careful when we wish that the men should also do it, because
so then if I get your point well, are we then saying that, look, in as much as we think that the contraception should be pushed towards the male more, you'd rather want to consider a certain natural form of contraception, obviously between a man and a woman, agreeing to say that, okay, we'll do it at this times, we won't do it at this times, we need to prevent pregnancy around this time, this is how we want to space it. That would be very obvious of a natural thing that you are creating, which will have nothing to do with pills.
Sure, but you know something, I mean, in this part of our world, we are also more of a superstitious society. Now, when you want to go in for, let's say, even vasectomy, and you discuss with your partner might tell you that, she's also trying to protect her interests, because anything can happen. And when it goes that way, you be at home, you the man might become the woman, and the woman will start dictating to you, or maybe going out to enjoy herself. So the moment you tell her that I want to go and have vasectomy, because the moment you go in for that and it fails, there's trouble for you. If you're not careful, you will stay home and cry almost the rest of your life. So mostly men want to convince their women that, okay, you go in, do it, and then at least so that you know that I can't protect myself. It'll be hard for, I mean, these are some of the thoughts that some of the men have. But as I said earlier on, you are in charge of your family, you are the head of the family. You decide the number of kids you want to have. So if I want to have 2, and there are some who say that they have the pension babies or the pension kids, I don't know where,
yeah.
Like even when I'm 60 years, I can still produce.
I think that's the point he made earlier, that even as long as a man lives,
exactly,
the fire works.
Yes. And then but
advisor, I think there's this point we need to clarify. When it comes to the vasectomy, I don't think vasectomy is impotent.
No.
It renders a man.
No.
I think it only ties out the semen part of
exactly,
it that causes the pregnancy.
Like
but
I
it doesn't
said,
mean fire cannot fire.
Like I said, we have attached fears to some of these things.
See, the real fire is when the thing is coming.
Even when you are home and you're going for a normal operation around that area, there's always that anxiety. If you're not careful. You see? So then the man already has some fear in going to use that option or choosing that option. That the moment they work around that area, actually trouble is coming. And I think before you wake up in the morning, you should feel that the energy in it. If you don't feel it 1 or 2 days, then it's a man. I don't know.
But
we are in a kind of world now that, I mean, the drift is moving towards that idea that men would or should be, on more of the contraception than the women. So what do we do now at this point when we have all these thoughts about what we think it is? Well, in our part of the world anyway, all these thoughts about what we think it is if we have to be on contraceptives and all that, as against our beliefs, our culture. What do we do?
But
it's like the dynamism. That's what the world is going to.
There's also this method that I was reading, that some of the men, even before they get into lovemaking, take certain pills that kills the strength of the semen.
That's what I'm talking about.
So that it doesn't really get the woman pregnant. The danger will be that if you are using that and you don't discuss with your partner, your girlfriend or your wife, and she comes to tell you that she's pregnant, then there's an issue somewhere. Does that mean that the pills failed, or the lady in question is telling lies?
That's a one-off scenario. I mean, really, I wouldn't say it can happen, but you see, at this point, like Pastor mentioned earlier, so you obviously will discuss with your wife, plan, which I spoke about as being probably a natural means of contraception in your own very little way. But I want to focus on the pills.
Okay.
Shouldn't we accept it?
I said when a man is ready for sex, the time to even take that pill becomes a problem. When you're something is pushing the man. There's an erection somewhere. So your man will not even, a woman will take time, go to the room, make sure she has done whatever, and come back. If you're not careful, you don't even have the patience to go and take that pill. So automatically you do it before you're like, hey, if it's post-pill, fine. The right after.
What do you mean by post-pill for a man? I mean, but how can you talk about post-pill for a man?
That's what I mean, that it cannot be a post-pill because you have finished the thing. So you can't have the patience. So that one will not work for men. As you said, you draw back. I said, you draw back what? Even the little fluid that came can cause pregnancy. So men are making that big mistake that, oh, I drew back and I don't expect pregnancy. So the woman coming back to me, I'm pregnant. I'm not sure I'm the one because I pulled back. Who told you? You know why I entered before you pulled back? You never knew. Some is on the bed doesn't mean that some did not enter. So you should be very, very careful when you're thinking about that. The women will go, oh, you know, I pulled, but you didn't pull back. Something entered. So you can't think about pills. It's only the vasectomy that you think you can do. And even that one, you have to wait for some time before you have sex because the semen in your line must come out before you go for sex. Or else you impregnate the person and think that I've done vasectomy, which is not working. So the pill will not work because men will not take it.
Well,
I don't want to take it, so how do I buy it? I will not even buy it.
it's getting hotter in here. We're trying to just look. It's becoming difficult to even accept the topic in the first place. But anyway, we'll try. If you're just joining us, it's still eTVGhana. We're in the men's lounge. I have Pastor Nyansa Boakwa and then DJ Advisor with me here. Coming back, but feel free and start sending us your messages on 0202222054, and then once we get them, we'll read them, and then we'll share. I mean, we'll share your views as well. We know you are part of us. But let's come back. So it's becoming a thing. Look, I've been drumming this in your ears that it's becoming a thing, whether we like it or yes.
It's going to stay.
It's going to happen. That, or it will come. Let's expect it. That men will start being on birth control.
Okay.
Specifically, let's say pills. Let me use the pills for an example. So, should we just accept it so that the women will be free? Let's just accept it.
No, but
Men will be comfortable taking a pill that will give them strength to fire. But the pill to prevent it, Massa, it will be difficult. You take the pill, 30 minutes and wait to go and do the work so that you will get strong.
No, but you see, as you, I mean, we already agreed. Yeah. You said that when it comes to marriage, it's a notion that is there. Yeah. You have to give it to the man any or every other time
that he wants.
And so knowing that as a man and being on pill, take the pill every day. In the morning,
take
take it before you go to
you
work.
want to fire,
I don't think the pill will be a pill for a 24 hours. It's perhaps something that lasts maybe a monthly pill or something.
And you were making a point that it will come. And when it comes, we should be ready or prepared to face it.
So my question is, should we accept it so that the women will be free, at least?
Before you accept or before you decide to be part or take a decision, you look at the factors leading to taking that decision, right? So for instance, like I said from the beginning, are you not able to take care of, let's say, the number of children or the number of kids that you have? Economic factors, bread and butter issues, fees, likely now when you get to the senior level, is catered for. So therefore, what do I gain? What do I lose? Produce, and then the government will take care of it when they get to that level.
No, but between that time and getting to that level,
that's what I'm coming.
Yeah.
So then the economic issues that I raised. So are you able to take care of the kids when they are growing up? Are you able to pay their school fees? How many can you take care of? What is the size of the house that you built? Is it a 2-bedroom apartment? Do you have 4 kids? Do you have 5 or 6 kids? How are you going to make sure that you share these rooms amongst the children? You understand? These are some of the things or some of the factors that you consider before you decide, okay, then I want to raise a family that I can have control, that I can take care of properly, not as I grew up in some slum somewhere and I saw the hassle that I went through. I don't want my kids to go through the hassle. So I decided that, okay, these are the number of children I'm going to have. Esi, Ekua, Ama, Ajwa, we are having 4 kids and nothing. So after the 4th one, we agreed. Which one is best? Do I go in? And if I'm going in, okay, these are the factors, these are the advantages. Okay, so I'm choosing the condom bit, which of course is something I've been doing since Adam. But
there were no condoms since Adam.
Okay.
But go on.
So then I agree. You understand? And trust me, your wife or your partner mentioning some methods will even tell you that, oh, these ones would have long-term effects. So, my dear, if either you use the condom or the withdrawal, or you wait for the period when I'm safe and then you come in. And there's something called self-control. If you can agree and you can control yourself and not go out and stay with your wife or your partner, then granted, you can say, okay, then I would want to try the condom, at least for the fact that we are trying to manage with the number of kids that we have or we raise. But trust me, it's not normal for a man to walk into a hospital. How many men do it? How many men say, okay, go to the hospitals and ask those nurses. How many men come here and say, okay, today we recorded about 20 men coming for vasectomy because they want to control birth. It hardly happens. It hardly happens.
You don't think it's a part of our society that makes.
That's why I made the point that from where we are,
yeah,
I mean, in the Western society, I know that they embrace some of these things. It's easy to even talk about it. But some of the things here, when it comes to this part of our world, there are a lot of issues that comes with it. We will not take anything just because we want to do this. We are men, and our manhood is measured by the number of family that we raise. I have 15 kids. I'm able to take care of them.
And so what?
Nana will take some. I go to your uncle. Go and live with your auntie. I am proud to say that that's my son, even though I didn't take care of him. You understand?
No, but that's our society.
Exactly.
So you see, that's where my point comes in here. That so, if that is the kind of society we find ourselves in, does it not just mean that men in our kind of society are made to be so superior that we just don't want to accept?
We are proud of who we are.
So then we are not accepting. We are not going to be on the pills. The women should carry on taking the pills.
We have to salute our women for standing in for the men all these
Pastor,
years.
wait. So why do we salute them? That we are going to tell them to keep taking the pills?
No, we are saluting them because they've done it.
And so they
It's
should keep
gotten
doing
to a
it.
point that the men have to take over.
That is what. Good. I like that.
No, I'm
so
coming. You
now
see, the
we want to
fact
take
is
over
that,
from them.
You see, men, God made men superior over women, not because women are not important. Women are very powerful in society. Let me tell you, if you have a very strong woman and he begins to speak and you're not careful, you will think that you're even not human. God has given them special gifts that some of them don't know what they carry. Our society and our settings are different. Where we find us, where we are trained are different. So sometimes the training from the beginning makes them as if they don't carry any power, but they carry so much power. So the fact is that now our society is changing. Different cultures are entering into our society. You can see that movies is trying to transform us. Telenovelas are trying to change the way we think about a lot of things. But the fact is that women have accepted all these years. If we sit down as men and reason that no, we can also play part for these women, then the two of us can agree and say, okay, let's do it this way. Okay, my wife, I know you are not, if you take these pills, you are not comfortable at all. Anytime you take this pill for like a week, you will not feel okay. So I can also do it. Let's think about another way. So let's line up all the possible means of childbirth control. Then let's choose the best. If I'll be the one to do it, I don't have problem. But when it comes in that I am the man, you go and do it because it is done by women. That is where agreement, the two of you have not agreed yet. But if the two of you agree, I think if you want me to take it and I think that I am okay to do it, I will do it. So it's not difficult at all. But then if I forget to take it, you don't blame me because you know I have a man.
So when I forget,
I can forget.
You also take it.
You see the thing. We can.
Let's not forget, it takes grace for a man to accept that I would do this. Look, Ernest, we want to be in a situation whereby, okay, yeah, this is me. My grandfather gave birth to 15. My father gave birth to 15. It's a family thing. It's a lineage. I mean, so if you give birth to 4, it's like, man,
they were using the men to farm. They were using them to farm.
It will be
now,
used against
where are the lands to farm?
It will be used because
they were using them to farm.
Exactly.
Now there's no farm.
I am breaking
Even
the
jobs
family.
are not there.
I am
You don't
breaking
have
the
jobs to
family
give them
record.
again.
Don't fight me.
I am breaking.
I'm not the one making the
I am breaking the family record. Why should I
Guys,
go for and?
If you're just joining
You
us,
take Badujai. After 10, you take Badujai.
if you're just joining us, it's still eTVGhana. We are in the lounge, obviously the men's lounge. We're going to take our second break. We'll be back shortly, and so please stay with us. All right, welcome back. If you're just joining us, it's still eTVGhana. We are in the men's lounge. We are discussing male contraception. I mean, it's a going concern. It's a discussion that already started worldwide, and I mean, we should start accepting it, or should we start accepting the fact that our women, look, they go through so much, and it's just fair and right that we take over, you know, from them. We'll start taking the pills.
More bread.
We'll start taking the pills, and then they won't do anything. Either we do the coitus, or we take the pills, or the vasectomy. The fact is, are we prepared to accept this as men? Guys, gentlemen, I'm back.
No.
Are you saying no? You already said yes, and so we should accept it. But now you're saying no.
Based on the family, you see, if I have a wife and I agree with her, it becomes very easy. But then you don't just say if you do in general, me, I will not accept.
You know what? I think we've been having this discussion for a while, but there's one thing we are not realizing. So these contraceptives are not just pill, condoms, and all. There are several others. And the whole idea is not only birth control. Let's not forget. There are also some sexually transmitted diseases for those reasons why some of these contraceptives are also used. So if or do we say they're already used to prevent those things already?
No,
and so
I mean, I
there's no
think
point already?
aside condom,
all the others.
I
So we
mean,
should
you
just
go- you go in-
stick to the
You go in as it
birth
is, I
control.
mean, there's
Go in
no
come.
protection, exactly, because condom prevents that skin to skin touch.
Yeah.
But the rest, I mean, nothing protects you. You go in as it is, and she receives as it comes
As
in.
you deposit.
As it comes
Or
in.
when you
So,
deposit, your account balance moves.
thank you. So, when it comes to prevention of other STDs, I mean, it's only
Pastor,
condom.
I'm worried
the
about
rest.
something here. Biblically, I mean, let me try and delve a little bit into that.
The way
Biblically.
you started and said devoid of our religion and all that.
Yeah.
So I was telling you, if you want us to go,
No, I would like to know, biblically, is it something that should be easy for a man to accept? In the first place, contraception.
For biblically, according to all the religious settings, it's not good. That is why Muslims marry up to 4, 5, as number as they can. But Christians, it's not stated in the Bible clear that you shouldn't marry 2 or forcibly marry 1. But then, looking at it will not help you to be honest. There are certain things that Paul said, okay, me, I wouldn't, but if you want to do it, you can go with 1. And that's what Paul's mindset about marriage and all that. So, for you to prevent, you're not the one taking care of the child. In a Bible sense, you're not the one. Bible, we believe that the man is not the one taking care of the children. God is the one who gives children. So you don't prevent them from coming to this world. But you know that when a woman takes seed, she can have a miscarriage. What about that? So people use that as a standpoint to say that, okay, the first month, second month is a clot of blood. It's not a baby. So if I prevent it, I'm okay. That is why they stood on that and said, okay, let's do a law that allows a woman who want to say, I want to abort at that stage to do it. But then the Bible is against it, because if you give birth to 30, you're not around taking care of them. You alone cannot take care of them. God decides how it should go. So that is the Bible part of it. So it means that it's not good at all for you to prevent it. It happened in the Bible so many times that people trying to do that, trying to pull back, were killed in the Bible. So it is clear that the Bible is against it. I know Muslims marry a lot, so definitely for their sections too is the same. But when it comes to society, trying to build society, there are certain things that you can't do anything about it. Now, so people are trying to make sure that, okay, let's use that to check how many children you're having, because society is burdening you, taking care of your children, the schools they are going and all that. One person, you're doing all this, so you can't handle it. You can't do it alone. But with God, we feel that everything is possible. So it's better I follow the normal, natural way of preventing it than taking pills. If I take the pill and it's overdose and I'm not careful, this thing not the work again, what will I do? So it's better you do the natural way when your wife is free.
Yeah.
Your wife is free. You enjoy. When she is there, you also start fasting and begin to pray and make sure that you don't even go close. Do you understand? That is the best way for a Christian to do, any religious person to do. But not all of us are religious, so
I get
we
it.
tell the facts as it
As
is.
it is. Well, so then let's look at it this way. Then, considering the fact that it's almost as though it's new to men, definitely we'll be thinking of the after effects.
Oh, of course.
That is, if there are.
No, it's not
What are the
really,
likely after effects?
It's not really.
Women are having issues with contraceptives that you are taking. They are having serious issues. Women will come and tell you that after taking it, I don't feel comfortable at all. They will take it for a period of time before sometimes they feel comfortable because it has happened to them over and over and they see it normal. But that doesn't mean it doesn't give them effects. So many effects. Any medication that goes into the system has an effect that it will give you, negative effect that it will give you. They will tell you. So if you are taking it, you are varying the options that if I don't take it, I have pregnancy. That will give me another headache. Oh, if I take it, to present the pregnancy and this headache, funny body feelings will come. So let me take the funny body feelings. So it means that it's giving them certain negative effects that later they'll have to battle with it, one or the other. And you know, our blood groupings are not the same. So if my blood group doesn't go with it, I have to look for different pills.
Yeah.
So they will look at this pill, this, I don't want to mention the names of different pills, post pills or other pills that they take. But different ones are in the market. So you begin to go from one after the other to see the one that will suit her system so that you begin to take it. So it has an after effect. And you know, men, if you're not careful and this thing goes down, your depression will go high because you see your wife polish the thing nicely, you can't chop, you go out and you go chop. Pressure will come your head. If you go out safe, pressure will come your top. So if you're not careful and this thing die, you are in trouble. So that is why men are afraid to do that because it must leave till they die.
So it means men are not. I mean, even though we think it probably will be a good idea, we are just not ready for the after effect.
It's serious.
Yeah.
The women themselves are not ready.
Yeah.
No, but I see for reality check, for the sake of reality check. I mean, obviously, women, I hear a lot of it, you know, listening to the news, reading a lot. Social media lately, everything is there. And I hear a lot of stories about how people go in for certain pills, certain insertions in their parts of the body.
They cut the body and put it there.
Exactly. And these things don't work for some people. I mean, some people bleed almost every day. Yeah. Some people can't even sleep. Some people, they begin to have migraines and all that. And these are some of the effects that they have. Yeah. And so if these were supposed to be the likely effect or after effects for men also being put on some sort of contraception in that regard, probably something inserted, anyway, something inserted somewhere and all that, and these are the likely effects. Are we ready for it? Women are brave.
Yeah, women are brave. I mean, I think from the beginning it was like geared towards women. Then it was realized that, hey, it's not only women that can really go under the contraceptives or can go under contraception. So let's also try and sensitize the fact that men can also take pills and probably use these methods to prevent, childbirth. But you see, we are very careful about the things that we take into the system. And, you know, when it comes to sex or let me say love making, men have so many ways that they would want to last long because that is where your prowess as a man really comes to bear that, hey, Charlie, the longer you go, it means that, Charlie, or a Bema,
you same boats.
Yes, you
want the Kenyans.
Yes, who can go the long distance. And that really tells her the moment he leaves and the woman is thinking, hey, Charlie, I'll call him. You understand? That perception is still there. So trying to take drugs that would prevent you from probably ejaculating and making babies in the long term, looking at the effects, that is where sometimes it's like put some kind of fear in the men.
I don't think no, hold on. I don't think it's a matter of something that will prevent ejaculation. You see,
no, I mean
these definitely will be pills that would deactivate the strength of the semen.
Exactly.
So it will still come. Like what happens will happen. Just that probably, the semen should not be able to.
Exactly. That was a point I wanted to come to. But you see, that's why. You see, the whole issue is taking it into our system.
Look at low sperm count in our system.
Thank you.
Low sperm count. And
the pressure killing more that we have on us economically, trying to make ends meet, trying to raise the family, trying to make sure that everybody in the family is happy. Everything is on the man.
You guys are unbelievable. When we started, I thought you were accepting that it's okay. We'll take it.
Already, Ernest, these things they are there. Listen, like we use condoms.
So we should stay, it's okay. Our condom and the coil.
For me, if it's okay, I mean, why not? Because I wouldn't want to go and take anything that I'll have a long-term effect. That Charlie, even at 60, I want to be firing all cylinders. You understand?
Our young men understand this, that people are taking pills to be active in bed, and it's rather killing their manhood. We should check this very well. They are taking pills not to prevent them from having sex, but then for them to be strong. And people are if you take 1, 2, 3, you have to double it so that you don't lose any much. And they think that they are young. If you are at 20 and you're taking pills to have sex, when you are 60, what will you do? You are killing your manhood because it is called, in our local they call it ponquedro. The medication they give to horses so that they can have sex and give birth to more. Then you go and take that pill. Are you a horse?
Are you a horse?
Can you imagine? So men are killing themselves by taking those medications, just Chinese medicines and all that. The herbal way you can go without you taking these foreign medications. So you can go that way than what we are doing. Even women, there are certain seeds that they swallow that prevents pregnancy, which is normal have seeds that you swallow that will prevent that. We should look for the natural way than the foreign way of doing it.
But
It is far better.
But then also, for us to take such a decision, I mean, you need to sit and say that, Charlie, at the end of the day, let me look at, as we say in the local plans, I'm sure I'm sitting him. This time I'm friend trouble.
You are sitting in the top, Papa.
She was sitting there, Batupa. That is
Advisor.
You
know what?
She was sitting in the Batupa.
If you go one round,
can you that is the way to go.
Anyway, if you're just joining us, it's still eTVGhana. We are in the men's lounge. You know, we never come here without telling you about fashion. I mean, you look at me in my white, Nyansa in his jacket, and Advisor in his Pian's jacket. I mean, it's all about fashion. Look at what we have for you this week. We'll be back. All right, so welcome back. If you're just joining us, unfortunately, well, we are happy you have joined us, just that we don't have much time to wrap up. But we are discussing contraception regarding men. And it's something that's more like bound to happen sometime to come, and whether the men are ready to accept it. I have two very beautiful men. Wonderful. We started and they were excited about how they are ready to help their wives, and their girlfriends. And in fact, they were ready to help the women. They were saying that, oh, it's okay for the women, you know, to relax so that the men, because they are going through so much. But now, they are beginning to tell me that, hey, I mean, they think the women should just go on, you know, because the aftermath is especially what they are concerned. It's already, there is low sperm counts, there's a lot of pressure, and you're going to take something that you don't even know whether it's going to add on to the low sperm count or another something counts that you may not even know. But I'm surprised, guys. We started and we're all excited about how we are ready to help the women. We thought we said
when we started, it was clear, it was general. But now we are going into detail, like realizing that it's more serious than we thought. Me, for example, as you are saying it, as if it's going to result in another count that we don't know, because we don't know the bill.
Now we know the slow counts.
We know that
we don't know the other counts.
If more counts come and we can't do anything, they will bath nicely. If they're even going to the market, we are afraid that, hey, me in fire. Will be graphic no being kinkai. It will not work. So we are afraid of the aftermath. If they can really tell us that it will not give you any effect, and you know the doctors will tell you that, but when you start coming, you still go back to hospital and pay money. So there is fear. It's not good for either the women or the guys. Contraceptives are not good for us.
So then you'd rather we consider a natural way.
We should find a natural way of doing this because our health is very important than the sex.
Yeah.
Our health are very important. The health we're having is very important than the sex.
But the sex also contributes to our health.
That's what I mean. That
the sanity.
It's very important. If you are alive and you are seeing the way you are even chopping your money, it's better than you are gone. You can't see anything. Do you understand? So your health is very, very crucial. If because of the sex it will affect your life, what will you do? Somebody will have sex and after excessive sex, he will have stroke and he's there, he can't do anything again. So will you say sex is important, so you should go to that level? No. What I want to mean is that let's think about how we can do it natural than to do stuff that will bring problems to our health.
Advisor, Pastor say, when
pull it back. Natural way.
Pastor says the natural way.
That's the way you start counting. when it's getting there, when to just quickly take it off. So when it's getting there,
like Kwame will count for you.
And the moment but there are certain situations it gets there, you're like. Father, here I come. Take me as I am.
Guys, we've had such a wonderful evening. I mean, it's unfortunate that time won't give us so much for us to spend and talk more. But I think this is a topic that we'll want to continue on our various social media pages. Join us on Facebook at eTVGhana. Instagram, Twitter, all of them at eTVGhana. You can find us there. Send us your comments. Send us your thoughts about it. Let's start the discussions. I'm sure our concerns will be heard, so that we probably will beg the women to keep doing it the way just they do it for us. We'll be nice. We'll stay. We promise not to cheat and all that, so that they will continue doing just what they do for us. Because in fact, what they mamu, you guys are brave. The women, you are brave than we are. We are settled. It's fine. Okay, it's very, very fine. So we'll take our breaks here. Next week, we'll be back again with another episode. Very big thank you to you for being part of it. Very big thank you also to Alomo Bitters. Keep it coming. And next week when we are back, we'll delve into it. Have a great evening.